from the ground up. In the spring of 1938, the Murray Hotel changed from a dream to becoming a reality. Grant County's own William D. Murray put steps in motion to construct a hotel in Silver City, New Mexico. His lifelong dream, the hotel, which would be named after him, would become the icon of hotels in the American Southwest. Its beauty, charm, and purpose quickly transformed the hotel into the heart of Silver City. People had been hearing rumors for a few months in late 1937 about a possible new hotel for Silver City. One can imagine the excitement. The nation had been strangled from the grip of the Great Depression and was slowly regaining strength. New construction was one of the signs of recovery, and locally, the addition of a new hotel would do more than just provide a change of scenery. The new hotel would be an opportunity to attract tourists and members of the business class to spend their hard-earned dollars here in Silver City. William D. Murray silenced the rumors in early 1938 as he teamed up with local proprietor James S. Ryan to prepare plans for the hotel. Together, they traveled to El Paso, Texas, to hire an architect. After discussions with one Percy McGee, they hired him to begin drawing out the plans. Remarkably, Silver Cityans were able to see the design of the hotel by February in the local paper. The Art Deco hotel would include a ballroom, restaurant, coffee shop, a bar and cocktail lounge, office rental space, and 52 guest rooms. The guest rooms would be elegant, furnished with all the modern conveniences for the guests. One of the rooms was called the Governor's Suite. Lastly, the building would be equipped with a top-of-the-line, hand-cranked elevator. It was anticipated that the hotel would be constructed by the year's end. According to the deed, the structure would occupy lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, and 14 in City Block 68. The only obstacle from clearing the plot and getting it ready to begin construction was a gas station. Jinks Filling Station was disassembled and relocated to the east side of the big ditch and then put back together until a buyer could be found. One would wonder if there was a dispute or a fight to keep the filling station in place, but W.D. Murray already owned the land. J.E. Morgan and Sons out of El Paso won the contract with a bid of $99,984 to build the hotel. Work commenced in April 1938. Great anticipation loomed as work on the hotel progressed. Construction quickly moved forward with the aim of completing the hotel by the end of November. To the surprise of everyone, most of the work on the hotel was near completion by the middle of October. A gentleman by the name of W.L. Bill Tooley, owner and operator of the successful Knox Hotel in El Paso, Texas, took out a 10-year lease on the entire hotel. Tooley's associate, Julius S. Hines, also from El Paso, was hired to be the general manager of the Murray Hotel. Hines was well known among hotels in the Southwest, and his experience was beneficial for helping the hotel to get off to a great start. With the work nearly completed, hotel staff were already making plans for the grand opening party. The celebration would be as elegant as the building itself. The date was set for October 22nd, 1938. People were reserving their spot for the party early. People could dial 762, the Murray's first phone number, to make their reservations. By October the 7th, there were over 200 people who had made reservations for the event. The hotel was planning on 350. Remarkably, there were 385 reservations for the grand opening party. The admission price was $2.50 for an individual or $5 for a couple. The admission covered dinner, dancing, and other entertainment. Each guest received a menu for the dinner, which was encased in copper, which came from the Santa Rita mine. A number of speeches were given by prominent citizens, including W.D. Murray, Governor Clyde Tingley, and James S. Ryan. Others in attendance included Horace Moses, general manager of the Chino Mines, Mayor E.W. Ward, Leon Bauer of New Mexico State Teachers College, and H.C. Dodge, commanding officer at Fort Baird. Governor Tingley and his wife were the first two to stay in the governor's suite. The impact the Murray Hotel had on the community was immediate. The business class found the accommodations of the hotel quite suitable for their needs. Additionally, the restaurant, bar, and coffee shop were thriving. The American Beauty Parlor was off to a great start, as was Mimi Bebo's retail store. The Grant County Teachers Association held their final meeting of the year in the Murray Hotel's ballroom in December. In addition, the Murray Hotel hosted a Christmas party and a dinner for over 150 underprivileged children in the Silver City area. One of the events taking place in the latter part of 1938 was the naming of one of the rooms at the hotel. The room was on the ground floor on the northwest corner. William D. Murray named it in honor of his granddaughter, Martha Ryan. Martha was unable to attend the opening reception as she was attending classes at Marquette University. However, she was present to be a part of one of the most famous photos ever taken at the Murray Hotel. She sat on top of a horse in the hotel lobby. The story has it that they had to cut up an inner tube to wrap around each hoof so the floor would not get scratched up. The horse, being so nervous for the occasion, left a mark of a different kind. The Murray Hotel fulfilled its role wonderfully. During the next few years, local citizens held bridge games, baby showers, weddings, and other parties. Families would bring their out-of-town guests to the hotel for dinner. Local organizations utilized the Martha Room and the ballroom for meetings and other activities. People came to the dances, too. The dances were very popular. The observed success of the hotel probably led to one of the more unfortunate events in its early history. In December of 1938, a masked gunman entered the hotel early one cold morning and ordered the bellhop, Cliff Worthen, to tie up Eddie Sierra, the night clerk. Then he directed the two men to a hallway leading to the Martha Room, where he tied up Sierra. The gunman proceeded to the cash register, where he took about $25. He ransacked the desk drawer, which contained several $100s worth of checks, but he left them alone. Much to the surprise of everyone, he avoided the unlocked safe, which held over $500. The 1940s would prove to be a trying time for Silver City. The United States had entered World War II and continued training soldiers and fighting for 4 more years. Many of the soldiers were from Silver City and the surrounding areas. Some may have speculated that the hotel would struggle. On the business end, the hotel, as with citizens everywhere, complied with rationing. The kitchen staff had less food available, but managed to provide high-quality meals. Servicemen from the Deming Air Base would often travel to Silver City on leave, and when they did, they stayed at the Murray Hotel, enjoying the food and the dances. Through all of World War II, the hotel survived. The community continued to support the hotel, just as the hotel supported the community. April 1941, The Swift Memorial Hospital annual charity ball was held at the Murray. The hotel also helped the Red Cross generate funds for their efforts. The Murray Hotel was a sponsor of the New Mexico State Teachers College and its athletic teams. The Teachers College transitioned into Western New Mexico University. Business was so good for the hotel that Mr. Murray and Mr. Ryan announced plans that would double the size of the hotel. In 1948, construction began. Once again, Percy McGee was hired as the architect, and renowned contractor Frank Tatch was hired to conduct the work. However, it got off to a rough start, as they had to use dynamite to break through the foundations on the northern side of the building. Upon completion of a $357,000 addition, the kitchen was enlarged and received the latest in appliances and cookware. A ballroom was added that connected to the northern end of the Martha Room. The Martha Room itself was converted into a lounge. Elevator was equipped with push-button technology to expedite room service. The lobby received a makeover as well. Once again, a grand celebration was held to celebrate the completion of the project in July of 1949. At the time of the addition to the hotel, a new general manager had been hired. Jack Drum had years of hotel experience, as he had advanced through the Hilton Hotel organization. The hotel had developed into an elegant place to stay, and the restaurant was high class. It was required that hotel staff members had to shower before their shift started. Another addition to the hotel staff, while Mr. Drum was the general manager, was Clyde W. Pretty. Pretty was hired on to serve as chief steward, overseeing the kitchen staff and updates for the new addition. In 1948, his staff prepared a Thanksgiving dinner, complete with all the trimmings, for $1.75 a person. If someone wanted a KC sirloin steak, the price was $3. Drum was with the hotel only for a short while. By 1950, Spurl Red Ellison took over the reign. He also had worked within the Hilton hotel chain, but more recently with the Sir Francis Drake Hotel in San Francisco. Though new managers would come and go, the one thing that stayed the same was the great customer experience. Throughout the 1940s and the 1950s, the local clubs all held their meetings at the Murray Hotel. The Chamber of Commerce, Rotary, the Kiwanis Club, and the Elks consistently provided business and sponsored other activities at the Murray Hotel. The Rotarians would even treat their Rotary hands to a buffet dinner. The 1950s brought continued change and added investment into the Murray. The hotel dining room was renovated and received a makeover in 1951. The freshly painted walls of yellow with supporting columns painted Lafayette red were pleasing to customers. New window casings and drapes were added to accentuate the new colors. Additionally, in 1953, Clive James and Bill Pringle opened a prescription shop in one of the retail spaces on Broadway Street. Sadly, 14 years after the Murray Hotel was built, W.D. Murray fell ill after having an operation at Hillcrest General Hospital in January of 1952. He was unable to fully recover. Mr. Murray died on May the 5th, 1952. His loss was not only felt among the hotel staff, but on a county and state level as well. The Murray Hotel Corporation continued to contribute to the community by sponsoring dances and local events. In the summer of 1954, the 4th annual Hereford Ranch Tour was held in Silver City, and registration was held at the Murray Hotel. A dance was even hosted for the event. In all, it was anticipated that 500 people would attend the event. Downtown merchants even stayed open later to accommodate the participants attending the event. In mid-October 1955, the hotel averted a major disaster. The fire department was dispatched to the hotel. The popcorn machine had caught on fire in the lounge. Throughout the chaos and fear mounting in the lounge and among hotel personnel, the fire was limited to just the popcorn machine. In 1957, Bob Miller became the new hotel manager. He was one of the Southwest's leading hotel executives. The management again changed hands in 1958 when John McKinnon became manager of the Murray Hotel. He was not with the hotel long. Soon after being named manager, he underwent surgery in an Albuquerque hospital. After he recovered, he was promoted and reassigned. That left an opening for a gentleman, Max Traxler, to take over the guidance of the hotel. He was the manager for about a year. In the middle of May 1959, James S. Ryan, Jr. took over the management of the hotel. He was the grandson of William D. Murray and the son of James S. Ryan, Sr., who was still affiliated with the Murray Hotel Corporation. He was a Michigan State University graduate and had previously been a manager of a hotel in Portland, Oregon. Ryan Jr. soon after accepted a position in El Paso, Texas, with the Hilton Hotel in 1958, perhaps as a stepping stone to his new position with the Murray. His father, James S. Ryan Sr., was still a member of the Murray Hotel Corporation and would be for 25 years. Ryan Jr. stepped into a business that was a hub of activity for Silver City during the 1940s and the 1950s. The scene was much the same as the 1960s rolled in. The Kiwanis Club, the Rotary Club, and the Lions Club all continued holding their weekly or monthly meetings at the Murray. The Chamber of Commerce members continued to gather in the restaurant for their meetings. New Mexico Western College even had a group that periodically met at the hotel. This group was called the Knife and Fork Club, and they invited speakers from all over the country. Additionally, the Murray Hotel was still the site of family luncheons, card parties, and weddings. Perhaps the most cherished memories shared by many locals were the dances held in the ballroom and on Broadway Street in front of the hotel. One of the most sought-after bands throughout the 1950s, 60s, and 70s was Meredith Neal and his Boot Heel Boys. They played at several dances in the Silver City and Deming areas, including many dances in the ballroom. The band even played themselves in a movie called Tiger by the Tail, directed by R.G. Springsteen. Additionally, the Battle of the Bands that took place in the ballroom was very popular, very well attended. Locals who have been lifelong residents reminisce about these events. A few recall the rivalry between the bands. A few recall the fun they had attending the events. Some even remember a few fights that took place. The competition was fierce. The Murray Hotel Bar experienced a name change during this time. The Copper Lounge became known as the Branding Iron. On the weekends, ranch families would come into town to relax and eat at the Murray Hotel restaurant or meet up with friends at the bar. The Branding Iron would become iconic for the business deals that would take place between ranchers and politicians. Despite the success of the Murray Hotel, the Ryan family decided, after 25 years of hotel life, it was time to move on. In early 1963, James S. Ryan began unannounced talks with organizations interested in purchasing the hotel. On February the 28th, 1963, the Murray Hotel was sold to the Milner Hotel chain out of Detroit, Michigan. The property deal was believed to be the biggest in Silver City's history. James Ryan would still stay on as manager of the Milner Murray Hotel, but the time with the Milner Group at the helm of the Murray Hotel was not as good as hotel staff would have liked. Over time, the lack of attention to the hotel by the Milner Group triggered the beginning of the end of the Murray Hotel as people had known it. The company did not put money back into the hotel to maintain or update guest rooms. Within a year, James S. Ryan left the hotel as he accepted a position with the Alvarado Hotel in Albuquerque. By 1967, he had received a promotion there. A man by the name of Jack Wright headed the hotel upon Ryan's departure. On December 24th that year, he married Jean Ricketts in the Murray Hotel ballroom. They marked the occasion with a 5.5-foot tall wedding cake. Other factors contributed to the downfall of the Murray Hotel. The local organizations that had consistently met at the Murray on a weekly or monthly basis started constructing their own meeting places or found other venues. In 1965, the announcement came that the Holiday Motor Hotel would be built right off of Highway 180. Upon its completion, added competition was not good for the Murray. During the 1970s, documented history of the Murray Hotel begins to thin out. The hotel was sold a couple of times. People who have come back to visit have stated that at one time, only a few of the floors were open as the place fell into disrepair. Extensive water damage on the 4th and 5th floors left only the 2nd and 3rd operational. To add to the dilemma, the nation was suffering symptoms of a recession through the mid-1970s and into 1980. Near 1980, the Murray Hotel had to shut down. The old coffee shop did have a restaurant called the Russian during the 1980s. The last remaining part to stay open was the branding iron. The establishment operated for nearly another decade. The bar did experience at least one name change. It became known as the Fist Pump during this time. The brands remained on the wall and at one time were repainted. The Murray Hotel sat vacant for over 2 decades. After years of inactivity, ownership of the Murray Hotel switched hands again in January 2001. D.R. Rosenbaugh from Phoenix, Arizona, sold the hotel to Diversified Recycling Services Incorporated out of El Paso. There were no announced plans at that time for the purpose of the hotel. It left locals wondering what was to become of the building. By this time, graffiti had taken the place of paintings. Pigeons and bats called the Murray home, as well as vagrants. Local high school kids would come in for a midnight fling. Finally, in 2005, a couple from California purchased the Murray Hotel. Kurt and Juliana Abershart adored the Murray and saw its potential. It is evident the couple put a lot of time and energy into the building. They started renovations after they bought the building. Once the wildlife was evicted, work could begin on the restoration. It took years of hard work. Just before June 2012, the Murray Hotel was operational again. The hotel was open to the public for the first time in over 2 decades. For people who have seen the before and after photos, it is pretty remarkable to see the impressive nature in which the hotel was restored. That summer the hotel opened. The guest rooms did not have air conditioning, yet people braved the elements and supported the hotel. In early 2013, the Abersharts found it difficult to continue financing the hotel and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. By early 2017, Lodging Host Hotel Corporation out of Longview, Texas, was hired to operate the hotel. Cameron McVan was brought in to oversee the hotel as general manager. By December that year, Sean Sanchez took over as general manager. He, like McVan, was a lodging host company employee. Not long after, Samuel Roca stepped in to guide the hotel as general manager. During the time Lodging Host has operated the hotel, the improvement has been remarkable. Under the direction of Lodging Host, the ballroom has received a wonderful makeover. Lodging Host hired Silver City's Christine Rickman as the interior designer. The makeover has helped make it possible for groups to utilize it for weddings, baby showers, company Christmas parties, conferences, and other types of events. Lodging Host also hired a sales director to help market groups to utilize the ballroom and stay at the hotel. Improvement is definitely evident. For the entire year of 2018, there were 4 nights in which all of the guest rooms were rented. In 2019, the number of sellouts jumped to 15. Like hotels everywhere, the COVID-19 pandemic had a drastic effect on the business. However, the hotel remained open throughout it all. The hotel lobby received new furniture, and new additions began to appear in guest rooms being updated with large screens, smart televisions, refrigerators, and microwaves. In October 2019, the Murray Hotel was sold. Kevin Hilge, CEO of Lodging Host Hotel Corporation, and his wife Charlotte purchased the hotel with Silver City partners Michael Metcalf and Christine Rickman. Lodging Host still is operating the Murray. Changes continue to take place within the hotel. Most recently, new television sets have been added to about half of the rooms, and the hotel received a new ice machine. The lobby floor has been refinished, and the walls have received repair work and a fresh coat of paint. The exterior of the building received a fresh coat of paint as well. Today, the Murray Hotel marches on with time. Staff continues to expand marketing, advertising efforts. Future renovation plans for the hotel are under consideration. Ideas have been discussed about bringing the bar back to life. Together, Lodging Host and Murray Hotel staff strive to restore the hotel's community reputation as the heart of Silver City. If you have stories, photos, or knowledge of the hotel's history that can aid our quest to learn more about our hotel, please call the front desk at 575-956-9400. You may also email the front desk at frontdesk@murrayhotel.com. We are always happy to hear from you.